Shout out to everybody. What's going on, y'all? DS1 Ross back. Shout out to the Alliance. Got a special guest with me here tonight. You know, great brother of mine. And he was chopping it up, and the brother said he wanted to do a show on this tonight. So, you know, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna have this great conversation. Of course, you're tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, Sheep Stay Sleep Live. You know, um, like I said, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And we got a goodie for y'all, man. You know, we definitely gonna let the truth be told, man. We gotta let it be told with this topic specifically. Because, you know, a lot of us, you know, quote unquote, in the Black community, we have this issue. You know, we like to be good looking dummies. You know, we like to be dressed up idiots. You know, and this is the image that's pushed out by a lot of our celebrities, and it's fucking up the minds of our youth. You know, it's giving our youth no ambition no more. It's giving them more and more reasons to run to the streets. So tonight, I got my brother Bosshoggoutlaw with me, of course. Ohio chant. Shout out to Ohio. And you know, definitely gonna break it down, and he gonna let y'all know, you know, what's going on with these good-looking dummies, man. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce my brother, Bosshoggoutlaw. Like I said, shout out to everybody for tuning in, and everybody that will tune in. If you tuned in right now, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, family. So if my brother Boss is ready, he can get to it. What's up, bro?
What up, bro? Outlaw. What's going on? What's going on with y'all out there? You know what I'm saying? You know, today, like bro said, this gonna be a good one. You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna talk about is the life and times of good looking dummies. Now, I know what some of y'all out there thinking is, well, what's a good looking dummy? A good looking dummy, to describe them, is a person who they spent more time, instead of being in their books in school, they rather get money and get rich and get famous than to have the basic arithmetic, the basic reading, and so on and so on. Now, I want to talk about Mayweather. That's who I want to talk about. One of the biggest good looking dummies. Now, one thing I've noticed about black folks is that they don't care that Mayweather don't know how to read. They don't care that the only thing he know how to do is count money and throw punches. Yeah, I understand we all want to be infamous. We all got dreams. But guess what? You technically can't fulfill your dreams without an education. See, not going to school and focusing on playing football, playing basketball, baseball, you have, in order to be professional, you should have an education. You should be able to know how to read. And we're dealing with a man who got all this money in the world, but he can't sit down with his children or any other children and read them Dr. Seuss Mother Goose, The Cat in the Hat, um, Clifford the Big Red Dog, um, can't even read Uncle Tom's Cabin. Now, those are basic books that I just named. But we have some people, they can be good looking dummies with no education, but as long as they got money, everything else about them is swept up under the rug. Now, when I was on Facebook a couple days ago, I had, a couple run ins with my people that was trying to fight me over because I said that Mayweather is a black bum. And I also told them who I was having a conversation with on Facebook, I said, our ancestors gave us books. They didn't give us money. And see, back in our ancestors' days in slavery, there wasn't no money. It was coins, a little gold here and there. But when our ancestors got time, when they could sneak away and open up a book, it was mandatory that everybody in that slave barn read and knew what they was reading. So in this day and age, we got a lot of black men and a lot of black women that they successful, they got millions of dollars, but never finished school, never got an education, and ain't trying to go back and get one. See, only a few celebrities that we know has actually went back to school and got their education and got their diploma. But then you got black bums, good looking dummies like Mayweather I don't have to learn how to read. I can count money. And these is what some of the black folks was telling me on Facebook a couple days ago. Like this was literally their excuse. He got money. Yeah, he got a lot of money, but he can't read. He paid a cost. Y'all would say Floyd paid the cost to be the boss. Yeah, he did pay the cost to win back, boxing matches, to make millions of dollars. Yeah, he did that. But he can't read. So how much of a boss is Mayweather or any of y'all that don't know how to read or even took the time out to go back to school to finish your education? But black folks want to sit up and say to his defense on anything anybody got to say, he got money, he got millions. Well, he's a millionaire that can't read. He's a millionaire that's been documented for putting his hands on women. But oh, Money Mayweather, he can put his hands on his women and it's okay. But yet, just a couple weeks ago, everybody was up in an uproar about the incident that happened between Zero and his woman. So, because Zero has 75 cents less than Mayweather, or we can attack him. But since Mayweather got the millions, we don't got to hold him accountable for anything. I mean, me personally, you know, respect has always been a big thing with me. And I would rather, when people speak my name, I would rather them talk about how intelligent I am, how much of a good father I am. I don't think I would want the only thing that people have to say when my name come up is money. I got money. But see, that's what good looking dummies do. That's the type of props that they want. They just want to be known as having money. They don't want to be known for nothing else. I'm just not understanding it, people. Why is it okay to have money, drive as many as cars you want, party as much as you want, buy what you want? It's okay to have those things to be able to say you got. We could talk about that all day. But what about being rich with no education? Even with these basketball players, things have changed in a few years. We seeing a lot of more rookies coming into the NBA and, you know, high school coming up. I see a lot of young black men and black women getting their education. Because the life and times of a good looking dummy is the basketball player who didn't graduate, has no education. The only thing he can do is shoot a ball. So what happens when he gets hurt and can't play again? Never went to college, didn't graduate from high school, sitting around hurt without a plan B, which plan B should always be education. A lot of these players, athletes, they dumb. They black bums and they good looking dummies. They just look good. There's nothing else people can say about them. Because the first thing that we want to do, we know how to play football, we know how to play basketball. So we looking at the bigger picture, and education should be the biggest picture. Because if something happens to you and you get hurt, even with these rappers and R&B singers, famous black people, period, something happens to where you fall, you should always be able to fall back on education. But see, what a lot of them do is they don't think about their education until whatever profession they in fails. So they sit around, they get depressed. They start drinking a lot, start doing drugs, partying. And in some instances, taking shit out on their wife and kids or their husband and kids. But if they would have had an education, losing their professions wouldn't mean nothing because they should be able to go back and have a degree or at least have a high school diploma. See, if something tomorrow happened to Mayweather and he lose all that money, what the fuck do he have to fall back on other than having bragging rights of his name being Floyd Mayweather? If something happened to him tonight and tomorrow we hear he lost every dollar he made, he can't read, which means he didn't go to school. He skipped school, which means he didn't graduate. So what the fuck do Mayweather have to come back home to if something happened to him tomorrow and he lost every dollar, every house, TMT, if he lost all that tomorrow morning, this nigga can't read. What does he have to fall back on other than his reputation? And reputation don't pay your light bill, don't pay your car note, don't pay your house note, don't pay your rent, don't put food in your mouth, in your family's mouth, in your kids' mouth. If something happened to him tomorrow, he has nothing. All he will be able to do is dress nice in the clothes he got left and walk around as a good looking dummy. See, my pops always told me and my brother, get your education, pay attention in school, bring that homework home. It's cool to be popular in school. But years from now, when you ain't in school and you out here homeless or you out here doing bad, the only thing the women can say to a man is, he used to look good back in school. Or if you don't end up on drugs and you just want to lounge around, you got your good clothes on, but you ain't nothing but a good looking dummy. A good looking nigga that look good in clothes, but on the inside he's a dummy or she's a dummy. Black folks have nothing else. The only thing they happy, anytime you mention Floyd's name, the only thing black folks can do is smile and talk about how much money he got. That's the only thing. And as a black man myself, I will not want my people to walk around and that's the only shit they can say about me is I got money. So, I mean, I got my education. I got my diploma. And after I graduated, I went to trade school for 2 years and did welding. And I worked ever since I was 16 years old. So I have shit up under my belt. But a lot of niggas out here, they can't even say that little shit I just said. The only thing they can say is they been getting money their whole life. That's it. A good looking dummy ain't shit. A black bum ain't shit. We all know education is key. Education, your mind, the information that you take in, that's more important than any $5 bill that get thrown in front of you. Because you can't make money off of education. You have to get the education to make the money. That's just a little bit. That's just a little bit what I want to say, a little bit for right now. What's up to everybody in the chat? What's going on, bro? What you think about what I'm talking about, bro?
Man, you dropping bombs, man. You dropping some key points, because it's important to me as a man to be able to do the intangibles. See, as black people, we're so hurt and downtrodden and beat down to our knees that we start to worship the tangible things in life, the material things, the perishable things, the things that come and go, like money. Nigga, your money gone after you spend it. So no matter how much money you got, guess what? Once it's gone, it's gone. You may get it back over and over, but you're going to have to do something to get it back. So money is disposable. It's perishable. And black people are caught up in perishable things. Things that come and go. Nigga, those gold shoes get wore out. How many pair you want? Belt buckles break, nigga. See, what we did was we lost our purpose. And this is what this is what most of our people don't sit down and ask themselves. What is your purpose? See, a good looking dummy, his whole purpose in life is to just look good. That's his whole purpose in life, to look good. But let me tell y'all something. Looks fade in 15 years. I know. I know. Some girls I grew up with, they look like shit now. And you know why? Because they were caught up and got caught up with good looking dummies. Had children with good looking dummies. Lived their life and spent all their time trying to be good looking dummies. That's why they fucked up now. You know? That's why a lot of them are lonely now. They're finally looking for a man of substance and not a good looking dumbass nigga. See? Because see, what women realize is not only do niggas' money run out, but you can't build nothing with a good looking dummy. Look at all those women Floyd Mayweather had. He ain't built shit for them. And they haven't contributed shit to him because he don't have nothing to offer those women but money. You see? Why none of those women he was with are rich now? None of them had businesses, none of that shit. Because he's a dummy. And you can't build or maintain anything with a dumbass nigga. And black women, I need you to get that through your heads. You hear me? Because this is why Floyd decided to be a good-looking dummy. Because a lot of women like dumbass niggas who can pay for something. Nigga, you ain't good for nothing. You could pay for something. That mentality has to die. Because the women who go after good-looking dummies are good-looking dummies. Look at the women Floyd was dealing with. Bad. Top-notch. Gorgeous women. But they all dumb. Airheads. And I'm not talking about the candy. You see? So what we have to do, we got to get back to the intangibles. You know, all you conscious niggas like to talk about, oh, it's about balance. Right. But all you niggas running around trying to have Versace this and Hermes that. Where's the balance? Where's the balance? See? Being a good-looking dummy is something that is destroying our communities. Because you got all these dudes running around portraying themselves to be bosses because they could pay for something. But they forget that what comes along with being a boss is having responsibility. And that's what none of these good-looking dummies want to have. They don't want to be held accountable for not knowing how to read, for not knowing. You know how many niggas don't know how to tell time, bro?
Yeah.
You know how many, bro, you know how many niggas can't look at their Rolex watch and tell you what time it is? Niggas running around with Rolexes on. You ask them what time it is, they're gonna pull out their phone. That's when you know you're dealing with a good-looking dummy. Nick can't even tell time. These is grown-ass men running around here. Can't tell time. Can't tell time. Know how many grown-ass men out here can't read 8-letter words? They can't spell. They can't write a correct sentence. They don't understand what a paragraph is. These are grown-ass men that are dysfunctional educational-wise. But they could pay for anything. You need something, he could pay for it. But see, a lot of women, they start to realize that they can't maintain nothing with these dumbass dudes. And you know what happens? You know when they realize that? When they don't got no more walls, when their goddamn hair done start falling out, you know, they don't have no education themselves, and they have to start over. Being a single mom and starting from scratch. That's when they realize that being with a good-looking dummy don't ever pay off. And I'm gonna tell you when most of these women realize that they were with a good-looking dummy. When the nigga get locked up and she out here taking care of his ass in jail. Sending him packages when he was the nigga getting money. Now she gotta go be a cashier at a supermarket to take care of your little dirty ass. And take care of your children that you left with her. But that's the end result, ladies, of being with a good-looking dummy. The end result of being with a Floyd Mayweather, you walk around with black eyes. So when you walk around with your Birkin bag and your Chanel shades, up under your Chanel shades, you look like Kermit the Frog. Because this nigga that got so used to punching you in your eye. You see? That's the results of being with a good-looking dummy. Y'all need to stop giving pussy to these good-looking dummies. He a good-looking dummy, he shouldn't even be on your radar, ladies. And I'm speaking to ladies of substance. Because don't forget, you tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And I know anybody who hit that dislike button is because they sheep. And they want to stay asleep. And they probably like or in a relationship with a good-looking dumbass nigga. Or a good-looking dumbass female. See? Men, the results of you dealing with a good-looking dumbass woman. You're going to end up with STDs. You might get shot a few times. You might get your ass whooped multiple times. You might get robbed a few times. She might stab you or shoot you. Because she done lost her goddamn mind. And you're going to have children. And she's not going to want you around your children that you made with her dumb ass. You're going to be on child support for sure. For sure. She's going to be living off the system and trying to live off you. It's just your life is going to be a mess. See? So tonight's show is to let the people know that understanding what good-looking dummies are and learning how to deal with them helps us make the right decisions on how to heal from past situations. You see? So it's always about healing here because good-looking dummies have affected a lot of our lives. You know? Because good-looking dummies just don't come in your life as intimate relationships. You may be in a long-term friendship with a dummy. You know? So we have to be aware of these things and of these people and understand their purpose. Their purpose is to cause confusion, to manipulate your mind, and to have you making fucked up decisions for your life. Because see, what Floyd don't understand is he's responsible for the young black boy that's growing up in the same environment he grew up in, that want to be like him and that wants to take the same route he has. See, I don't see Floyd Mayweather even promote education. A lot of your popular rappers don't promote education. They don't promote it. You see? Because they are good-looking dummies. They're dressed up idiots. They're there for you to just look at. We have lost our substance, black people. We have lost our substance. It's all about how we look and how much material things we have. That now validates you in the world. That validates you in your family. Oh, I ain't listening to nothing he got to say. He broke. But you will listen to a dumb, drunk crackhead because they got money. He got money, but he sniffed more coke than a little bit. You'll listen to what he got to say. You see? And that all goes back to our original issue of dealing with slavery and looking at the slave master and wanting to exchange the slave life for their life, not knowing that his life come with his own set of problems. And that's why we good-looking dummies today. Because we want to emulate the slave master. And the slave masters are dumb. A lot of the slave masters couldn't read. The slaves taught them how to read. You see? So yeah, bro, you touched on a lot of things, man. And I just had to add that, man, because I think people think that education is something that could just be thrown away, bro. They don't understand that education and knowledge is part of the intangibles, the things that we can't see and touch, you know?
I mean, you definitely keeping it a buck with that. I mean, you know, we got to get back in them books, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to talk to the youth and we got to let them know that, yeah, you bad on that court. You got it. But you got to get them books first. You can't think that because you was blessed with a talent that you could just take that and use it as a stepping stone. without education. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, bro? A lot of these athletes and shit, when they get hurt, what you think they doing at home? Especially the ones that get hurt bad. Then you end up hearing a month or two after they done got hurt, they out for the season. All that shit. That's just like that show, The Game, that used to come on BET. You know what I'm saying? And you remember, bro, when Jay Pitts, when he got hurt, look what ended up happening. Look at the shit he had to go through. What was
Good
he
point.
doing, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? What was he doing at the crib? Drinking, depressed. You
Exactly.
see how, what I'm saying, bro? You see how Daryl went, what happened to him? Got traded. That bullshit went down. Life is going to be harder for you if you can't sit back and heal and think about your next plan because you have an education. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I stayed in school. Like I said, I got my D. You know what I'm saying? And after I left, I went, and for 2 years and did welding. You know what I'm saying? And shit, bro, I graduated in 2000. Shit, bro, I still overlook my blueprint books. All my tools and all that shit, bro, I still got them. My blueprint books, all that shit. I still look over that shit. But see, a lot of these good looking dummies, something happened with them, they ain't got nothing. They gonna be depressed, blow their money, ain't got a plan, gonna be depressed. People gonna start treating them like shit, bro. We know how this shit go. Why you think a lot of these rich people, they end up on drugs and out here doing crazy shit? Why? Because they career or whatever profession they was doing, something happened and they don't have nothing else to fall back on. And Mayweather, bro, he ain't the only nigga, bro, that don't know how to read and didn't get an education. He ain't the only one. There's plenty of rich, you know what I'm saying, dudes out there like that. And all they can do is hope and pray that they don't fall. Now, how much stress do you put on yourself with that? Waking up every day, you rich. Waking up every day, you really can't enjoy your wealth because because you'll be worried about what could happen if I lose this tomorrow. What can I do? I mean, any black man, any black woman, if you didn't graduate as an adult, to me, you owe yourself to go back and get that somehow. You owe that to yourself as an adult. But guess what, bro? It's a lot of our people out here that's grown like us, out here kicking it every weekend, every other day, all that other type of shit, and ain't didn't graduate and ain't thought twice about it since.
Because they caught up on
Because
a
they caught
hustle.
up on the hustle. Crazy.
They stuck
They
on
stuck on
believing that
believing that
money will bail
money
them
will
out their
bail them out their
situation
situation
when they don't
when they don't
understand
understand
that
that
their
their
problem
problem.
lies within. It's a spiritual issue. It's a mental issue. It's an emotional issue. You can't pay for that, homie. You can't pay for that, home girl. Remember that. So when you walk in a restaurant with your woman, knowing your ass can't read the menu, don't try to pay nobody to read it for you, because you can't. Once your woman find out you can't read, nigga, she know you can't read. Why doesn't that hurt you as a man? Why? Because now, and it's been like this, but you know, when you get older, you start to see the world for what it is. The world today is built on being materially rich and spiritually poor. And that's what we're dealing with. We dealing with spiritually poor niggas and females. This is why they settle for being good looking dummies, because they feel that that's all they would ever be. Because the spiritual richness isn't there. That's the issue. So they trade their money for their souls. You can have my soul. I want $1 million. See, a lot of people can be bought, bro. A lot of people can be bought. A lot of people have a price. A lot of people's souls have a price. And this is what we're dealing with when we're dealing with these celebrities. They sold their souls. They compromised their integrity for money. And now they try to persuade our youth that that's the way to go. Because you know what a lot of these good looking dummies say? I'd rather be rich and dumb than to be smart and broke. That's the disease that plagues our youth. If I go to school for the next 4 years, I'ma be broke. I could be on the block getting rich. Materially rich, spiritually broke.
I mean, definitely. I seen JB in the chat said they know a lot of people that graduated from college and aren't doing anything. Yeah, we know plenty of them too. And guess what, JB? They definitely qualify for being good looking dummies. That's a good looking dummy too. You's a good looking dummy with a degree, graduated from college, and you ain't doing nothing. That's a good looking dummy too. Because that's education. That's a brain wasted. Why would you want to go through school, succeed, go to college, succeed, get out of college and you ain't doing nothing? Because for all that, you could have just been like your brother, the other good looking dummy over here. You could have just not got an education at all and took it and hope and pray that you get rich with some type of talent that you got. I would encourage any black man or black woman, no matter how old you are, you made it this far. Take some time out for yourself and go back and get them papers.
And bro,
And bro,
let me just
let me
address
just
that
address.
comment too, because I know whoever said that is young. That's a young comment, a person who haven't been through nothing in life, because that should not be no excuse to go get you an education because you claim that they're not doing anything. What do you consider doing something? Having a job? Is that what you consider doing something? What do you consider doing something? See, if we're gonna talk, we're gonna have to put things in context. Don't just be out there throwing blanket statements. Because what is not doing anything? What is that? What's not doing anything is sitting your ass on a block all day and thinking you're gonna become something because you're good at football. Thinking you're gonna go to the NFL because you can play basketball. When guess what? A lot of your other races of people who's in the NBA, a lot of them are there because of their intelligence, not because they know how to shoot a basketball, not because they know how to throw a football. The
The
people who
people who
control
control
and run
and
the
run.
corporations of the world, a lot of them have education. You can't run shit without an education. You might
You
can
might
run the
correct them.
fries at McDonald's without one. So what do you mean not doing anything? What is that? What is not doing anything? No, they are
Yo,
They are
just
just
dead in
at a
job.
job.
They are not
They're not
working in the
working
field they
if they
study for.
study for.
I
Okay,
Okay,
mean,
well,
well,
damn, that's you know, to me, you know what I'm saying? Now see, that's an insult right there. No, they're just first of all, no, they're just working a dead end job. I mean, shit happens in life. There you don't even know there could be a reason why. Hell, there's millions of people who done went to college and then got out and ended up not working or getting a career in what they went to school for. That happens a lot to a lot of people. But I mean, saying that they ain't doing nothing because they working a dead end job. A job is a job. I mean, damn, that you a cold piece of pizza for that.
she's just making
she's just
blanket
making blanket
statements.
statements.
Because guess what? They might be working a dead end job, but they got papers to show that they got their education and they took their education to a higher level. So what? They can end up working a dead end job for the rest of their life, but they can die and say that they went and got an education.
And guess what?
And guess what?
The majority
The
of
majority.
people in society, their education level don't match how much money they make. That's just how society was built. I know you know that. So, I mean, stop making blanket statements. College is an option. Education isn't. See, you think we talking about college. We talking about education. Now, you can choose to go as high as you want in education. You see? College is an option, but education isn't. Understanding who you are isn't. That's not an option. So you must agree, JB, you must agree with Floyd Mayweather being a good-looking dummy. You must agree with him having all this money, but not being able to read his kids a bedtime story. You must agree with that. I hope you don't, but you must do.
And see, you saying shit like that. See, statements like that is why a lot of our people get discouraged. What kind of shit is that? Oh, because they didn't land $1 million job for what they went to school for, them graduating and getting their education, that don't override the job that they have. Because guess what? A job is a job. And CJB, whoever you is, I can tell whoever them people that you talking about and you saying that to, see, you just show right there. See, you a fake ass friend. Because if you know people like that, that should have been the last thing you should have wrote in the chat. And you know these people and they got education, but all you can talk about is what they didn't succeed after. What about what they did succeed? Remember this conversation. We talking about good looking dummies. A lot of our people didn't graduate. That's foul. I got homies and people I know that went to college and graduated and might have not have been successful in getting a job that they went to college for. That's
And let
supposed
me
to make that's supposed to make them smaller. I thought just
exactly.
off of I thought off just the education would make them bigger because they accomplished it. They made it. I thought as black people, we supposed to be happy for our people that graduate from high school and then graduate from college. I thought that that's something that's mandatory that we supposed to be happy about with one another to been able to make it. I didn't know that we were supposed to look at our people and see what they accomplish after college, and that's supposed to define them on who they is. Damn, that's crazy.
And I wonder if this person has any kids or have any kids around them, do you advocate them not getting an education? What do you advocate to the youth? You saying there's multiple types of education. Well, what is the type of education do you advocate to your children, if you have any? To your little nieces and nephews, if you have any? What type of education do you promote to them? Do you tell them you don't want to go to college because you might come out and not work in the field you graduated in? Is that what you tell them? When you got plenty of athletes who were great in a sport and now own businesses and don't play sports. So should you belittle those people too? Because that's what it sounds like you're doing. It sounds like you're downplaying people who go to school. So what do you advocate to the youth? And see, this is the problem. This is the problem right here with Black people. They sit around and try to deflect from education. They try to tell you and try to manipulate their words. And in all actuality, all you saying is, nigga, you don't need school. That's what you really saying. So just come out and say it. Because everybody you probably knew went to school ain't got no money. That's why you talking that shit. And you don't even hear poor white people talk about not getting an education. You don't hear poor Chinese people tell their children not getting an education is okay. You don't hear no other classes of people talk that shit but us. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because you don't hear no other classes of people talk that shit. Whether they poor or rich or middle class. You don't never hear them tell their kids college is an option. School is an option. That's a choice you don't know. The Chinese, you going to college. The Japanese, you going to school. The Koreans, you're going to school. This is why they're leading the world in things that Black people aren't. Because we're not stressing education. That's what we're not doing, y'all. We're trying to belittle and downplay it. That's the problem. That is the main problem. And our youth is seeing it. All right, son. Give me up. I love you. See you in the morning, all right?
I like your day. See you in the morning. See you in the morning.
All right, see you in the morning. I love you.
Good night.
Good night.
I like it.
All right, get in the bed, all right?
Good night.
See, my son's getting ready to go to school in the morning. I ain't gonna tell them, oh, college is a choice. College is an option. Not in this house. Not in this house. You know why? Because my oldest son gonna be a computer programmer. So college is not an option. You see, we gotta stop this low-level Black bummy shit. Thinking that we could nigger rig our ways through life and then cry about policies not being made for Black people. We cry about a lot of shit, but wonder why it's not there for us. Because we're not there. We're not there. And you know why we're not there? Because we're not striving to get there and we're not pushing our children to be there. So I suggest, if you love yourself and you love your people, stop downgrading education. Only way you're going to elevate in life. Because guess what? On your dead-end job that you talking about, the only way you move up if you get what? More education. The higher you get paid is based on what? Education. See? Your non-educated ass could be sitting in your position for 20 years, and then I bring my ass fresh out of college and take your position. You know why? Because a lot of these companies are looking toward the future. So a lot of you non-educated niggas is gonna get dismissed. You see? See? So deflecting and downplaying education it's just a turnoff. That's a turnoff, man. And it's not helping our children. It's making them feel like being nothing is okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, I ain't know you had to have the the biggest job in your city to be the man or be the woman. I ain't know life was based off of that. I didn't know that, you can only be a black queen or a black king if you got the biggest job in your city or the biggest position where you work. I ain't know that. I guess we learn something new every day. This is life. Shit happens. There's millions of people who done went to college and didn't be successful at it, but they still here. Um, Dead job or big job, they feeding themselves. They made it. They very educated. So for the jobs that passed them up and didn't give them a chance, something is wrong with them. Ain't nothing wrong with the black man or woman that tried. I seen in the chat earlier, everybody was talking about, Henry Ford. I bet he know how to, that shit he put together. I read something because doing what he did versus Floyd being a professional boxer, which one outweighed the other? We got to tell our young cousins, we got to tell the young kids in our neighborhoods and shit, we got to let them know you can have a dream, but put education in that dream as well. We can't tell our kids to grow up and think that being able to shoot a basketball or throw a football or rap, we we can't let them feel like that's the last end, that that's all they got to do. How do we think doctors and lawyers and judges and professors, teachers, engineers, electricians, welders, you can't be none of that shit unless you get an education. You can't be none of that. Because where they hiring a dumbass engineer at? Where they hiring a dumbass professor at? So it's up to us. We see what's going on now. And we all know teenagers in our neighborhood every day shooting that ball, playing football, and they nice. But that's not the only conversation we can have with these young kids and teenagers is that they nice. at shooting a pill or throwing the football. We encourage education.
And see, we have to continue to promote education even to those children with those talents. Because guess what? Everything is ruled by contract. So if you can't read and comprehend, this is how our black players are being raped by sports agents because they're uneducated. Okay? Read the book, The $40 Million Slave. That's what Floyd Mayweather is, a slave. And he's a slave to his own ignorance. You see? So there's nothing wrong with displaying your talent. But if you want to display your talent on the highest level, you must be educated. Understand that. The professionals, the intelligent, LeBron James, he's intelligent. Kobe Bryant, he's intelligent. Tom Brady, intelligent. So you want to talk about the talents? Understand you must put your talent on the platform. And if you're not educated in the business of sports, which takes education, you will be a $40 million slave. Understand that. You wonder why a lot of these black players, when they retire or when they get hurt, they don't have shit. They run through all their money. The IRS come and take it all from them because they're not educated. Not educated. Okay? So understand how important it is. Oh, so that's your issue. So that's why you're downplaying education, because you feel like a slave. Well, talk about yourself. Don't downplay education over here. Okay? Because we don't advocate that. Understand that. You should have used your college degree and started a business instead of working for someone. Okay? So understand when we're talking about good-looking dummies, because that's what Chris Brown is. That's what all these entertainers, everybody like to worship because they have material gain. But at the core of these people, they're empty. Can't sit down and have a good conversation with them. They ain't worth 2 cents. You see? So understand how important education is. And education is for you. This is why I did this show with Brother Rob. Shout out to my brother Rob. The exorcism of the black bum. We have to destroy that mentality. We need swagger therapy. We still thinking that money is going to get us out of our situation. Black people got all the money in the world. We're the biggest consumers. These are facts. You can look it up. We're the biggest consumers. We contribute more to the economy than any other group of people. So why are we still the lowest class of people? Because we're not educated in the areas we need to be educated in. We're good-looking dummies. We buy all the Hermes. We buy all the Ferragamo. But we don't have our own businesses. We don't own no land. Because we're not educated. Because we think education is just something our parents tell us to get. See? We think it's just something our parents like to just talk about. Go to school. See, a lot of us think we were taught to go to school because our parents ain't want us at home. Remember this. Knowledge is something they could never take from you. They could wake up tomorrow and take all of Floyd Mayweather fucking money because they gave it to him. See, that's another thing we got to start realizing. Black people, this shit was given to you. His boxing career was given to him. They didn't have to give him a shot. They passed up a lot of great fighters for him. There's other Floyd Mayweathers out here right now. But they make you who you are. You don't design yourself when you a good-looking dummy. Because if he went in there with that posture, they'd have told him to get the fuck out of here. And you'll never be who you are in society. See that? When Floyd Mayweather died, what is he going to leave his children besides some goddamn money? See? What do you want to be remembered as? Because, see, I grew up hearing a lot of niggas who died and had money. And guess what? I don't even hear about them niggas no more. Niggas forget those niggas' names. They forget those women names. Or you are somebody they remember when they opened the Hennessy. But we get on YouTube and talk about being pillars in our community without no motherfucking education. We talking about building a community without no education. Without education being first and not a choice and not an option. Because guess what? Guess what you don't have no choice but to do? When you don't have the education, you don't have a choice but to be a slave. You don't have no choice. See? So if we really love our people, and let's go back to our revolutionaries. What revolutionaries told us never to go to school? This is what bugs me out. Which one of our revolutionaries told us don't go to school? Huh? Name one. Name one who said education is an option. Name me one revolutionary. All of them told you, kids, stay in school. Kids, go to school. So what are we doing out here? When we telling our children that education is a choice, what are we doing out here? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we building? What are we creating here? Oh, I know what we creating. More good-looking dummies. You want to touch on that, bro?
I mean, definitely. I mean, we just got to stop thinking that money is just everything You know, we needed to survive and pay our bills. That's a part of life, but we got to understand that it's more to it than having money and being flashy. You know, we gotta do better than that. I'm telling y'all, anybody y'all know, even yourselves, if you didn't graduate, I don't care what your reason for. As a man or as a black woman, go get your papers, man. Don't go out like that. If you can make time for anything, you can make time a couple hours out your day to get your education back. Don't walk around feeling defeated because you can always go back and get your education. It's up to you. Some of us can't make it to go to these colleges. It's a lot of colleges online. Get your papers any way you can. Don't just go out like that. You take a loss when you drop a couple dollars. You take a loss when you lose everything you got. But education, that can never be took from you. You'll always have that. Now, how far you take your education is on you. But just having an education, that means more than anything. That car you like, that truck you want, it couldn't be made if it wasn't made by the hands of education. That house you got, that big house you want, it couldn't have been put together without no education. So, you know, it's on y'all. It's more to life than playing basketball, football. That shit cool, but it's more to life than that. And you definitely can't let the youth think that they talent is just the only thing that they need to have under their belt. Hell, when you in high school and you play basketball or football, what they do to you if your grades ain't right? You ain't playing. College, your grades ain't right and you on the team. You ain't playing. But oh, you just gonna go through school and you play on the basketball team, you know, you're fucking all of the women, you ain't gotta do your schoolwork. You knowing how to play football, you ain't gotta take no test, you ain't gotta prepare for a test. You could just kick back like the Fonz and be cool. Good looking dummy shit.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm gonna just get a little biblical. What they tell you. God told you his people suffer from what? The lack of knowledge. We perish because of what? The lack of knowledge. That's the lack of knowledge of yourself and the world around you. See? So how could we be living in the world without a guide? See, your education is what guides you. You don't know where to go if you don't have the right directions. You see? So we have to stop thinking that education is a choice. You see? And we must advocate that our children be exceptional with their education. Exceptional. Because like bro just said, your favorite car was built by the hands of an educated man or woman. To be an engineer, you must be educated. And this is why all of the main industries, Black people are not leading them. Or we're not in high volume there. There's not a lot of Black engineers. There's not. There's not a lot of well-known Black electricians. There's not. Computer programmers, accountants, things that matter. Counselors, see? Things that take education. See? So let's stop advocating being a good-looking dummy. Being somebody who could just pull out some money and pay for something. But you're not good at making critical decisions. See, you know what the requirements of doing that? You have to know how to critically think. You see? And we don't know how to critically think because a lot of us don't have a lot of knowledge about things. So a lot of things we don't know how to dodge. See, when you educated, you dodge certain things in life. Unnecessary bullshit. You see? And this is why swagger therapy is important. So we don't keep advocating being good-looking dummies. And that's why we perish, man. Because we think not having knowledge is cool. You know, we think it's cool, man. Man, I got this money. I'm good. You can't maintain no household off just money. Because the average person that's doing everything out of depression and fear, they'll be done pissed all their money away. See? So education is important. It's important. And you know what going to school teaches your child? You know, minus all of the, the other things that we like to talk about, the curriculum and all that, that's another show. But you know what school teaches your child? How to start and finish something. It teaches them not to quit. And that's important in life. See? Because if they ain't going to give up in that classroom, they ain't going to give up at home. They ain't going to give up in their own personal life. They're going to keep striving. See? And also school teaches you how to socialize, how to get along with people, how to respect different opinions. Now you got black people telling you we won't even need school, man. That's how downtrodden we have become. That's how beat down we have become. To think that knowledge means nothing if you ain't got no money. Damn, you got to get it together. Got to heal before we build, man. So, bro, you got anything else you want to say, bro? If not, I'm gonna probably throw the link in the chat for a minute, and then I'm gonna close out, man.
I mean, I really ain't got too much to say. You know, I already said it. We got to get that money. We got to get up off that money shit, and we got to get more back into them books, especially with the young generation. We gotta talk to them, let them know what's better for them, what's best for them. You know, and for anybody that's watching, maybe not in the chat, could be driving on your way to work, coming back from work. Brother Rob got orientation and enrollment for the upcoming school year tomorrow and Thursday at 10 a.m. downtown Chicago. 17 North State, 3rd floor. Ask for Dean Williams. All right, that's all I got to say, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely, y'all definitely go. If y'all in the Chicago area, y'all definitely go check Brother Rob out, man, because he's directly working with the youth, and he advocates education all day. Salute to my brother Rob, man. That's boots on the ground. That's boots on the ground. So, if y'all need y'all children enrolled, y'all go check out Brother Rob. Y'all in the Chicago area, and he deals with alternative school children too. So if your child may have a little behavioral issue, he was getting suspended a lot and all that, go see Brother Rob. He'll get them together. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong brother. That's a soldier, and he gonna get them together, man. So shout out to my brother. Oh shit, my brother Rob on the panel. Peace to you, bro. Shout out to JT too, man.
What up, JT? All is well.
Yes, sir. What's up,
Peace,
good brother?
brother.
How
Peace,
y'all feel
brother.
tonight?
Oh, we good. We good.
All right, all right. Man, I appreciate the shout out and man, I just wanted to show y'all brothers some love, you know what I mean? And I appreciate the shout out and that's exactly what I'm doing tomorrow morning. It starts at 10 a.m. Please don't be late. It's a lot of paperwork that you have to fill out. And on my end, ordering transcripts and things like that. So the earlier that you can get there, the better that it'll work out for me. And we filling up fast. I know that these next few orientations that we gonna have gonna be packed. So I only got ever so many seats. You know what I mean? So anybody in the Chicagoland area, man, it really don't matter. What happened in your past. I'm not judging your past. What I'm doing is just planning and just trying to work with where you at, you know. So that's anybody, anybody between the ages of 17 and 21. Legally, you have a right to get a high school diploma all the way up until the age of 21. So, that's what it is. Man, I appreciate y'all good brothers. Man, I gotta go lay it down though, you know what I'm saying? I got an early start, man. So man, I appreciate that good brother, man. Y'all keep building and y'all have a good night.
You too, bro. You too. Salute. Anytime, bro.
For
All right.
sure, bro. All right.
All right, fam.
JT, what it do, bro? What's going on?
I'm good. I enjoying the bill. Long time no here, my brother boss. How you feel?
What's going on with it, bro? What's going on?
I'm
I'm
good. I'm
good.
good. I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you.
Um,
Um,
what I want to
what I
say is
want to
this is
say is this
very
is very
important
important.
that we always talk about policies to advocate ourselves as a people, but we don't know how to read the loopholes. We don't know what the concept, what they really talk about, and that's part of, you know, having that education. And I really, really believe that if we want to be major decision makers in our community, we got to educate ourselves. We got to advocate education of all forms. What the importance is. And when our young people see that, they know that is importance too. Like it's never too late. And I just want to say that. That's why sometimes when I cook on the channel, before I go on, I make sure I pronounce the words right. I make sure I know what it means. So when I transform on my channel, y'all will know what I'm talking about. Y'all will know the importance, what very essential, what it means to eat healthy. That's part of education. And I'm still learning. So I take upon myself to advocate that for me and to others. And the bros, y'all keep on doing your thing. Guillotine forever.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to my brother JT, man. You know, and on
For
a close
sure.
out, man. I just want to say, man, first and foremost, shout out to my brother Boss for coming through. You know, that was my tonight's guest. You know, make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother Bosshoggoutlaw Hangout. Y'all go and subscribe to him now. But on a closeout, I just want to say, man, let's make education first. You know, and let's start to deal with the intangibles of our people because, like they say, as above, so below. So as a man thinketh, so he is. So the way we think displays the current condition of our people. So we're fucked up in our thinking, black people. This is why we're fucked up in society. You know, we like to talk that metaphysical shit, but we can't, you know, put it in layman terms. You know, let's start to not minimize but simplify these big concepts that these hotep niggas like to talk about like they so extravagant when they're simple concepts. So we're fucked up in society because we have fucked up thinking. So I'm gonna close out on that. But before I close, I got my brother Megalodon here. He came to bless the panel. What's going on, bro? Thanks for coming through, bro. Can't hear you, bro. You unmuted, but can't hear you.
I'm trying to figure. This is a little better.
Yeah, we got you now, bro.
I really don't know what's going on, but you can hear me right now, huh? It's cool?
Yeah. Can hear you.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to say, you definitely blessed my mind with some good spirited information. And yes, education is number one. Um, Peace to the family. I just wanted to say that we learn every day, and even our children. You know, sometimes the children are singing things they shouldn't sing in the rap songs. So they hearing the cursing and they hearing, you know, all of the break it down this and shake it that way, that. So they learning things that maybe they shouldn't learn. Okay? They learning how to play that new game that we just bought them, that they playing on the PlayStation. What is the new one is 4 and the Xboxes and all these things. Okay? They learning how to play the new high go get it games and, you know, whatever. They're learning all of the wrong things. So what we have to do also is challenge our children and ourselves, obviously, but I'm starting with our children, but challenge our children to learn things that they should learn. And it should be mandatory for us as parents to make sure that they challenge themselves to learn what they should learn. Us as adults, we already know heads with all of the gossip, all of the, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, it's in my household. I have certain things that, you know, play on with the love and hip hop's this and you feel me, that show there and that there. Okay. However, I make it a point to put educational things on my YouTube or on my phone or what I'm listening to be an example to say, hey, this is what you should also fill your mind with. You shouldn't just listen to just the entertainment, and a lot of times it could be garbage in a sense. We're filling our minds and our souls up with things that really is just garbage. It's not doing anything for us. Okay? So we have to challenge ourselves to learn the things that we should learn because we damn sure learn the things we shouldn't learn. We damn sure do that. So we are learning, but we're not being educated like the great brother DS1 and our brother Boss Hall came through and said, as well as brother JT. We have to learn the things that can actually help us to do better, be productive, raise our family, be successful in this land. So that's true education. You can have money, like the brother said, but if you don't have the proper education, you can go bankrupt. Like so many of our great stars have went bankrupt because they had money and fame and fortune before they were educated. And so let's give Mike Tyson a little praise because he's been resurrected. That's a brother that was making hundreds of millions before Floyd Money Man Mayweather. And because he wasn't educated, he was broken down and beat down by society. He was beat down by a woman who didn't really love him. He was beat down by the Don King who just was soaking him dry from the Capitol. Okay? So yes, we must be educated. It's bigger than money. So I just want to get on here and say that. So you children out there, make sure you get educated. Learn the things that you should learn. Because you damn sure learning the things you shouldn't learn. You're learning that too early. So that's all I really wanted to say to my family. And I love y'all. Peace to all of the melanated human beings.
Much love, Mega.
Thank you, family.
Much love, bro. Shout out to the Bay, man. That was big.
Thank you.
Very,
Peace.
very important, bro.
Baby.
Tease up.
That's a fact, man. So definitely, our children are definitely learning and soaking up all the shit that they shouldn't. So teaching them what they should know is very important. That was big, man. And like I said, man, the truth is simple. Simplicity. Let's start making these high level concepts. Let's make them simple, man. So we can really implement them and grow from them. So, like I said, shout out to my guest tonight, my brother Boss. Again, shout out to Ohio. Shout out to everybody who touched the panel. my brother Megalodon, my brother Rob, my brother JT, of course. You know, shout out to everybody, man. And shout out to everybody for tuning in tonight. You know, it's a work night, so I'ma end this. Shout out to y'all for staying up with your brother. This is DS1 Ross. You just tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother Boss and all my other brothers who touched the panel tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all ain't hit the like yet. And subscribe if you ain't subscribed, man. Stay in tune with us. And we'll be back. This is DS1 Ross. I'm your host. Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Sheep Stay Sleep Live. Sheep Stay Sleep. Wise ones awoke. Y'all have a good day tomorrow and stay safe. Peace out.